So this is an area that I frequent, and I say this a lot. And for some of you who have seen my videos, you know that I frequent this one particular area. This structure is built right next door to or right next to a playground, rather, um, and you can hear the kids playing. Um, and this structure evolves. It evolves all the time. It changes up, drastically changes up. It's pretty interesting to me. I find it fascinating. So, a couple of buddies of mine and myself came up to this structure. I was trying to show them, this particular structure in this particular area, and how it changes, and they were blown away by it. And as we were marveling at this structure, a park worker came up and said, "Hey, looks like they've changed it up again. Looks like they built a new one." And we kind of played dumb, and we were like, "Oh wow, yeah." I mean, we're just looking at it, and he said, "Yeah, I guess they changed it up, and I guess we'll have to knock it down and tear it apart. That's what we do." But he said, well, they'll build it back up again, because that's what they do. And a friend of mine had said, "Well, who do you think builds these things?" And he said, "It's kids. It's kids. Yeah, these kids come out and they build this stuff and then they leave. I think that's, I don't know. I have a hard time with that, only because I don't know any kid or teenager that's going to be pulled away from their video games or their social media or the comforts of their home to come out and build this stuff and just leave for no apparent reason. I don't believe that at all. So the interesting thing about this is that he took some caution tape and he put it around the structure, and curiosity got the best of me, and I thought I'd come out to see if they'd actually knocked this thing down. So as you can see, I'll show you here, it has not been knocked down. The orange cone is still there, but it has not been knocked down. This is pretty elaborate. I don't know. I mean, to me it is. The workmanship, I think it's awesome. I think it's cool. I mean, there's just so much to it, There's some really big pieces, a lot of little pieces. You can hear all these kids playing in the background. So they didn't knock this down. They did not do anything to this thing. For whatever reason, I have no idea. Maybe they forgot about it. I'm not sure. But you can see how neat this thing looks. I mean, I'm just fascinated and dumbfounded at the same time with these things, and how these are built. And this is kind of cool here. Look at this. I like that right there. That's kind of neat. Look at that big piece. This is kind of that little piece there by itself. And some people have not come against me, but have questioned me about the pieces and some of these structures that I find that are right next to these playgrounds. And the debate is these pieces here that are clearly cut by something, okay? They're not torn off, they're not ripped off or anything like that. They're cut by a saw, probably by the park workers, and discarded somewhere. I don't know. I think that I think that these pieces can be used by a Sasquatch. I don't think they sit there and go, "Well, we can't use that piece because it looks like it's been cut and nobody's gonna believe that it was us that built this, so we just don't use these pieces." I doubt it. I really doubt it. I think they'll use whatever they need to use for wood and whatever pieces work for them. You know, again, I'm just speculating, but just because it's cut doesn't mean that it can't be used to build a structure. I just don't buy that whole thing of going, well, yeah, no, it's not a legitimate Sasquatch structure because some of the pieces are cut. No, I don't believe that. I think that's hilarious, but yeah, so you can check it out. I mean, this is a little pile right there. I don't know what that is. It is here. Look at these. This is what, oh, look, check this out. This is, I find these little piles of snails. You can see that right there. I find these a lot. I don't know what it's for, maybe a source of protein. A little pile of sticks right there. I have not looked for hair or prints per se. Not to say that they aren't there, but I have found prints. The hard part about finding prints in South Texas is, if you know anything about South Texas, our ground is real hard. There's a lot of bedrock in my area underneath the soil, so I can find an impression or a print, mind you, but it won't be deep enough to cast. And that's kind of the problem I run into. Oh, look, this is kind of neat right here. Check this out. Look at that right there. Just that random pile of whatever that plant is there. It's pretty interesting. Excellent. Okay, so just wanted to share with you guys the ever-evolving structure. A lot of the stuff that I find are right next to playgrounds at parks. So anyway, thought I'd share it with you and thought you would enjoy it. As always, thank you for watching. Appreciate your time. Take care, guys.